Although we are still in a recession in 2022, there are still so many companies that are looking for people to work full-time and part-time and totally remote. This means from home or while you're traveling. And the truth is, it's never been easier to get a job and start getting paid for pretty easy work from wherever you want. In this video, I'm gonna share with you 15 work from home jobs that you can get, and these can be full-time or part-time with a company, or you can do it as a freelancer, where you are your own boss and you pick your own hours. My name is Rachel S. Lee, and on this channel, you can find all things about making money online. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to like this video and subscribe so YouTube shows you more of this. So let's get into the first opportunity, and that is a customer service representative. Customer service representatives are typically handling phone calls, emails, and live chats. Some of these positions pay more than others depending on the difficulty of it, such as if you're helping a customer with tech issues. And the good news is that most of these companies provide training. So if you want to do something really simple, like helping a customer process a return or answering basic questions, those types of positions are available. Or if you're a little more techie and want to do some more advanced things, then you can look for a position where the training is included. Typically with these jobs, you will have a set schedule. Oftentimes companies are looking for full-time, and they're also looking for people to work the night shift, but you can definitely find a 9-to-5 or a part-time job with this. And you can move up with the company. If you get good ratings and the customers are leaving you good reviews, there's lots of room for promotions. And if you build up your experience with one company, then you can put it on your resume and get a higher paying job with another company. The next work from home job that is highly sought after is a medical transcriptionist. Now these jobs also can come with training in the job, or you can do a separate training online and then put it on your resume and be more likely to get hired for this job. Medical transcriptionists help maintain patients' accurate records. They often listen to recordings and then type it up in a report, so you have to be fast at typing. There's also opportunities in medical billing and coding, and these jobs really require you to be in a quiet environment, so working from home when the kids are at school is a great opportunity. As you become better and better and faster at these jobs, there's opportunities for promotions and being promoted to management. The next work from home job that I have for you can be part-time or full-time with a company, but can also be freelance, and you can create your own business out of it where you have clients versus someone as your boss. And that is a web developer / web designer. Designing websites have never been easier. There are so many websites that provide templates, and you learn on the job. You can learn everything that you need to know on YouTube or with the trainings that come with these website platforms. And the better you get at it, the more you can charge. You can also build up a team. So you can be the front-facing person in your company and get USA-based clients and outsource a lot of the work overseas. So really you're just managing the project. Web developing is a higher skill than web designing typically, unless you're designing really high converting sales funnels. That can also be really high paying, and there's just tons of opportunity in this. You could find clients on websites like Upwork or Fiverr, or again, look for companies that are hiring someone full-time or part-time. Because you can outsource a lot of the work, this type of position is super scalable, meaning you can basically make unlimited income. The next opportunity that I have for you is being a graphic designer. Now you don't have to go to 4 years of college to learn graphic design, although if you already have design experience, it is going to be helpful. But there are so many design websites out there that come with templates, and companies and business owners are just looking for someone to help save them time. Companies are looking for full-time and part-time graphic designers, and they're looking for freelancers. Graphic designers can design logos, social media graphics, even websites. You can also create your own graphic design agency where you outsource the work to other designers and you're just in charge of communicating with the clients. Graphic designers are often using softwares like Photoshop and InDesign, but Canva.com is another website where it makes it really easy to create graphics. The next job is a social media manager. Now this also ties into graphic design, because if you're a social media manager, your boss or your client is going to want you to create graphics, but they will also want you to post these graphics and written posts on platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and more. There are always companies looking for full-time and part-time social media managers, and this is something that you can do freelance or create an agency for. You get paid even more if you are an ad manager, if you're running paid ads on social media versus just the organic posts for these companies. That's an even higher paid skill. Also, with social media managing, many of the posts can be scheduled, so you can do this during the hours that you choose if you're a freelancer. And this is also super scalable if you are outsourcing the work overseas and you're just managing everything and coming up with a strategy. The sixth job that I have for you today is a virtual assistant or a virtual administrative assistant or a virtual executive assistant. Now, a lot of virtual assistant jobs are outsourced to the Philippines or India or Pakistan, but companies are looking for virtual assistants in all countries. If you are a virtual assistant, your boss may have you doing some graphic design, some website management, some social media management. So you want to make sure that you are getting paid a fair rate for the work that you're doing. Virtual assistants also help their clients with emails and scheduling, booking travel. Virtual assistants may be doing data entry. Oftentimes, your boss or your client will want you to work a set schedule, but other times they just want you to work a few hours a week. If you are a freelance virtual assistant, you can pick up multiple clients. You just want to make sure you don't pick up too many clients and drop the ball and disappoint your other clients. Virtual assisting jobs are often confused with online business manager jobs. So if you're an OBM, an online business manager, make sure that you're charging more. The next work from home opportunity or remote opportunity is a content writer. This person has to be good at writing. If it's an English job, you must have perfect English, perfect grammar. It helps to use softwares like Grammarly. Companies hire full-time content writers, part-time, and freelance. It's very important to do research and make sure that you get the facts straight in the pieces of content that you're writing. A lot of companies are looking for SEO, search engine optimized content, and this can be a really highly paid job if you're good. If you're gonna do content writing, you also wanna make sure that you actually really like writing. It's not a mindless job. You need to be creative and have a lot of attention to detail. Also, be sure to have example work, sample work when applying for these jobs because these companies are going to want to see your past work. Not only would you be writing content for websites and blogs, but also landing pages and even advertising campaigns. If you can write direct response email sequences or emails that sell products and sales copy, you'll get paid even more. The next job that I have for you is a little more mindless, and it is similar to the content writing, but that's just proofreading. Proofreading is where you read someone else's copy and make sure that it sounds good, that the spelling's right, that the grammar's right. There are softwares to help with this, but proofreading also can include fact checking. You can find proofreading jobs on Upwork or Flex Jobs. The proofreading jobs are oftentimes freelance jobs and not full-time. I don't mean to say that it's a mindless job, but it doesn't take much creative effort on your part, which could make it the perfect job for you. Now, this next job, you do need to have a special skill, and that is knowing at least 2 languages, and that's being a translator. Translating jobs are often taking a written piece of content and then translating it into another written piece of content, but it can also be taking audio content and translating that into written content or audio. While there are softwares that do translating, they typically don't get everything right, especially the grammar. So if you're fluent in 2 languages, this can be a really highly paid job. There are some full-time and part-time jobs, but this is also a great freelance opportunity. Sometimes translating jobs are also live, so you need to attend a meeting between multiple people and translate right then and there. Now, this next job is kind of like a translator, but you only need to know 1 language, and that is being a transcriptionist. This is where you listen to what words are being said and type it really, really fast. You also need to be accurate. Now, it doesn't have to be live where you're listening live and typing. It can also be listening to a recording and then typing. And if it's a recording, you can pause it or replay it. And if you're transcribing legal or medical conversations or interviews, you can get paid even more. There are lots of free trainings online on how to get into a transcription-based job or your own home business. My number 11 job for you, working from home, you will need some training and you will need to invest in your own training typically, and that is being a bookkeeper. You don't need to have a 4-year college degree for this, but it's good to take an online course to learn how to properly be a bookkeeper. There are companies looking for full-time bookkeepers or part-time or freelancers. This is the type of job where the more experience you have, the better you're going to be at it. But if you ever run into a bookkeeping question while you're doing a company's books, the answer is usually online. With this type of job, you need to actually like numbers and not be frustrated by them. You need to be good at math, and you have to have a really good attention to detail. There are no room for mistakes when it comes to bookkeeping. This next job is typically a freelance job, and that's being an online tutor. Now, to be someone's online tutor, you already need to be knowledgeable in the subject. So this might be in math, it might be in a certain language, it might be in science, it might be in reading or writing. Your job is to help the students with their homework, to help them prepare for tests, and to help them raise their grades. So if you're not actually helping the students raise their grades, you're not going to keep the job for that long. But also, if you do help the student raise their grade, then your job might be over. So that's why this really is a freelance job where you'll be working with multiple students. There's websites like Schooly or TutorMe where you can find tutoring jobs. This is typically done over Zoom, so also you need to be skilled at helping that student pay attention. If you don't like working with kids, then it's probably not the best job for you. The 13th work from home opportunity that I'm going to share with you is being a travel agent. Now, this is typically where you're self-employed, but there are companies that are hiring travel agents. Major companies like American Express, Global Business Travel are hiring work from home travel agents, but they typically like you to already have some travel experience. Your job is to help companies and families and individuals get the best deal on travel, but also you do want to upsell them a bit because a lot of your pay will be from commissions. So if you're passionate about traveling and passionate about helping people, then this could be a great job for you. Typically, you would be on the phone with your clients during working hours, daytime hours, so this isn't really a job that you would be working on in the middle of the night, or if you're already traveling in another country and your clients are on a different time zone, you'll need to work in their time zone. This next work from home job is a real estate researcher. This is where you help real estate investors find deals. Now, you can do this from home and online, researching what properties are for sale. It may be pieces of land, it may be apartment units, it may be office buildings. And what you do is evaluate and assess if it's a good deal. You'll need to do research and you'll need to have training. So some of these investors will train you, but you can also train yourself online. And this can be a highly sought after, highly paid job. You might not have your own money to invest in these deals, but you can help the investors decide if a deal is worth it or not. You need to be good at numbers with this. You need to be good at spreadsheets. It's typically easiest just to work with one employer or one real estate investor and do all your research for them. And this can be a great part-time opportunity. Sometimes the investor may ask you to fly out to the property, so this is also a very interesting job if you're looking to travel. You'll also need to make phone calls and speak to buyers, speak to sellers, so you want to make sure you have a quiet working environment for this type of job. And finally, number 15, which is a virtual recruiter. This is where you help companies find employees. Typically, companies are looking for full-time virtual recruiters, but you can also find part-time opportunities, and you'll be using video calls, phone, and email to talk to the potential employees. It's your job to pre-interview them to make sure that they would be a good job for the company that you're matching them with. Although this is a work-from-home job, you do have to be on lots of calls, so you want to make sure that you have a quiet environment for this and that you could set aside the time to do a good job with this job. If you match up the wrong person with the wrong job too many times, you're not going to keep your job. And you'll end up being the one needing a virtual recruiter to find a new job. But don't worry, these jobs also come with training. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in any of these jobs, or if you've done any of these jobs, or if you think I missed any. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with a friend that you think should see it. And I will see you in the next one.